travel, budget, cars. Welcome to the life of P&K. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I decided to do something special for the car today with the Miami drivers. It's insane over here. I don't know if you guys have ever visited Miami or taken a drive down through Florida. It's pretty bad out there. So what I decided to do is get the FitcamX, I believe that's the name of it, that's how you say it correctly. And it's very universal. So whatever car you have, it should fit your car based on the trim you have up here. And this trim comes off. They have a parts. I opened the box already. They have a couple parts that replace the trim, and the camera fits like it's almost universal. It all should have came with the car. So I want to see how easy it is to install. It shouldn't be too bad. You don't have to splice any wires. It's just plug and play. So you plug it in. They have a splitter wire here, and it works. It should work correctly. So I wanted to give you guys a quick way of step-by-step instructions of how to do it, how to install the camera. This is for the 2022 X3. It's the new car on the channel. I haven't introduced it yet. This is upcoming in the next couple videos. But I wanted to do this first because I wanted to be protected. I wanted to be able to drive in peace. If something happens, I have it recorded. That way it's for my own protection or even for other people's protections. If you see an accident on the side of the road, you can help them out. So let's get going. First, let's see what's in the box. I opened it already. I kind of know what it is, but I didn't go into details. I didn't remove some of the plastic covering. So let's go step by step. So guys, this is what the box looks like. The packing is actually really cool. The shipping took about 3 days from the point of order to when I received the product, and it's really tight. I'm having a hard time opening it up, so give me a minute. Let's put that there. So this is what comes with the camera inside so far. There's a 64 gigabit memory card, so this will be very useful. I might replace this with a larger one so that way I can save more information. Hey, I didn't mean to break that. Here's the first box. Let's open this little box. Let's see what's in there. You have your little plastic pry tool. This is actually very important because this is very helpful not to break any of your plastic stuff here, so you can use that. And also a lot of products, when you buy a product like this, they don't provide this. This is also an expensive, well, not an expensive tool, but it can cost you some money. Let's see what else is in here. They have a little USB stick thingy where your little card goes in here and you can put it on your computer for easy transfer, which is awesome. And then this is the splitter. I believe this goes into the camera and this kind of switches the power between the camera. So this probably plugs in one way and this plugs into the car. So this is what it looks like, which is awesome. They provide the splitter. And there's nothing else in the box. And I believe this is the little manual, little instructions, step-by-step probably installations. I'm sure it's very universal. I have to read a little bit to see. Yeah, there is an app you can download here. There's an app you can download for the camera, so probably to see what's it's recording and what's it showing. I'll go through these later. I want to do an actual review of the camera once I get to use it for about a week. So next video I'm going to do a review of this camera. Going to provide like side-by-side footage of for example, I can use my GoPro or my DSLR, even though it's not fair because the DSLR has a lot better quality. But I want to show you guys what this camera can do compared to an actual professional camera. So I'll do that review at a later point. I'm sweating. It's really hot here in Miami, and it's already, I don't know, it's about 10 o'clock and it's really hot. So you guys up north are probably lucky right now, enjoying the nice temperature. But yeah, I'll go a little bit more into detail. I'll download the app and then I'll guide you guys towards actually the end of the video. I want to download the app so you guys can see what it looks like at least. So if we continue along, I'm going to open the big box. I'm going to actually take this little piece out, put it over here. And then I'm going to open this box, throw the box away, and I'm guessing this is the camera itself. I haven't opened these pieces yet, so I don't know exactly what they look like. So I'm going to rip through this. And there's the plastic. It looks like it's a pretty good plastic compared to this. I think actually this might be a little bit more solid. There's a sticker over here which I'm probably going to take off at some point. I want to see it without a sticker, and I'm guessing this is probably this side of the camera where it will go like this. I'm not sure exactly 100% how it will go, but probably right here. And you can see here you can plug in your memory card. So this is one piece. Let's open the second piece, and I guess this is where the actual camera itself would be. It's very nicely packaged, very safe in bubble wrap. Yep, as you can see, this is the camera. It has, I guess this is like a take a picture, and this is an on-off button with some notifications here. This is the camera itself. It's very, very tiny, but you don't need more. You can see the memory card probably goes in here. This is the wire where it will plug into the splitter. And that's it. So ideally, this will go like this. It will connect like that. And ideally it will go here, and it will take the place of this little part. It will just like extend with the camera. I'm gonna keep this little blue sticker on just to protect the lens for now. Once it's installed, I'll remove it, obviously, and I'll probably, as I said, I'll probably remove the sticker depending. It should be easy to remove it once it's put there. So without further ado, let's get with the installation process. Guys, I had to get in the car, shut down the doors, and turn on the AC because I was starting to sweat, and this is going to require a little bit of manual labor work, which is going to get messy with how much I sweat. But let's get started with the installation. The first thing you have to do is there's this piece right here. So you have to take this piece out. I believe it's pretty easy. There's like little indentations here, or a little space where you can just like kind of push. I can already see it coming off. Hopefully I don't break anything. So that was an easy part. Yep. So you can see there are some clips. I'm very lucky these didn't break because they usually do. But you can see there's the clips up here where they go, and little clips up here. And sorry, I have a not touch, but like what is it called? Like a hands-free thing signal, so you can go to the next song or the previous song. So it does all sorts of weird stuff. But I'm gonna put this piece away. Well, you can see it was built in January 1 of 2021. That's how old this piece is. Much older than my car. Next thing is, I believe the most difficult part is removing this, which I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna use our handy dandy tool, and I think the best way to do it would be to put this tool here and just kind of like pry underneath like that, and that should, yep, you see how that separated the actual piece. There's probably some more clip. Well, I broke something. There's some more clips here. And then I have to worry about this portion. I wonder what I broke though. There's a little tiny piece I broke. So you guys gotta be careful with this. But I don't believe I'll be reusing this at any point, maybe later in its life. But let's see if I can split this even more. Yep, you can see just using the tool, just kind of like prying your way through. Just be very gentle because these are clips and you don't want to break stuff too much. You can see they just snap. This tool is really, really helpful. I'm really glad they provided this tool. So guys, one thing, what I'm trying to do right now is separate these two pieces. You can see down the middle, they need to be separated. Everything should be unplugged. So I have to start, there's a little clip back here. I have to start gently wiggling it out. There you go. So that came out. And then over here as well, I'm gonna do the same thing. It's just a clip behind the actual headliner. There's a piece. I think I already broke this, unfortunately. And now I have to figure out how to split these two pieces in half. Well, I guess that's how you guys do it. You just gotta brute force yourself, and eventually these pieces come apart. So this is what it looks like. You have to be careful because these clips are very, very gentle. You can see they're very tiny, so they're easy to break. But luckily I only broke one piece. I believe it's like a piece like this that was broken. Oh, yep, this one's broken too. Yeah, unfortunately. It's probably, it's from here. Oh, you can see where I broke it. So you gotta be very careful. I broke this little side piece here, and on the other side. Unfortunately, that's what's gonna be. I'm unhappy personally, but it'll be okay. Hopefully it doesn't rattle too much. I think it should be fine. But let's compare the actual car pieces versus the actual camera pieces. I'm very curious to see how they fit. Here are the two pieces comparison. This is what came with the car. This is what the camera is. You can see the plastic here, it's a little bit more darker. Here it's a little bit more lighter. I'm not sure if that's something to do with maybe the Florida sun, but this is what the new material looks like. Hopefully it doesn't bake in the sun and doesn't become like white. The pieces are very similar. You can see the actual the actual clips. I want to say on the new piece, the clips are a lot thicker and a lot better made than the original ones, but they go one by one, same clips. So that's it, and that's the driver's side piece, and here is the passenger side. Here's the passenger side. This is with the camera one. This is not with the camera one. The clips are very, very similar. So with that being said, let's start plugging in the camera. I'm gonna put the old pieces away. So here's the wire that we have to replace, and it's becoming a mess. And I have to figure out where this part goes. I believe it will be plugged in this wire right here. I'm not sure how to take it out. It seems very tight in there. Hopefully it's not too difficult. Oh, that was actually okay. So it looks like this little button or this little plug is hidden in here, so there's more to it. So I have to separate these two plugs here. And again, I'm not sure if you guys can see it on the camera. If you can't, I'm sorry about that. It's just like really dark in here. I have to figure out how to do this with my big monstrous fingers, and I don't want to break anything either of the wires. So guys, for this, let me show you what you have to do. You actually would need one of these little guys, because this is very helpful. And the way this functions, there's a little clip here, which basically is the same as up there. Basically clips on like that. And what your goal is to put in the little screwdriver, because this clip, I don't know if you can see well on the camera here, this clip ends, like it enters here. So you have to kind of lift this thing and then pull out like that, so that comes off. So this is going to be really hard to do it up there. I'm going to put the camera down so I can do it, because it's going to be very difficult with my big monstrous hands. It's going to be hard to get in there. So I'll get back to the video once this is unplugged. So to show you guys, basically what I had to do is this plugs in like that. I had to put in the sharp little tool here. I just pulled down and it just came out really easy. Actually, it took a lot less time than I thought it would. So next thing is we'll have to plug in this splitter cable into its proper spot. One will go like this, and there's only one way you can go, because this has like a little indentations here, so it only tells you this is the only way you can go. Okay, so this is the first part, and then I'll have to plug in the second part. Okay, that's plugged in. I'll put it back in its little place where it came from. And then what we want to do is plug in the camera. Obviously, I will take it behind the mirror because this might get on the way eventually. And you can see it's like a female and a male. There's a little groove here that actually tells you how to put it in there. It has only one way of going. You just have to mess around with the wires, and you should start putting stuff back together. Hopefully it's easier to put it back together. It looks pretty straightforward. I just gotta make sure that I don't cut any of the wires or everything is in its place, sort of like this. This actually took a little longer than anticipated. This is what it looks like once it's put together. One recommendation I'll have is don't connect these two wires together at first. Try to guide everything through, because this gets a bit messy. When everything's connected, it gets a bit messy, and it prevents you from clipping over here. It gets on the way of the clips, so it really prevents you from clipping this middle part. So disconnect this specific cable and route it, guide it through, so that way it makes it a lot easier. And then everything actually like flipped or clipped in place. I'm really sad that I broke these two clips. That's my fault. So be very careful on the end when removing these. Instead of pulling down, you probably have to go to the side. It's not too bad. So the final part is to figure out a place or a home for these wires. And once we do that, once we figure out a home for them, which I'm probably gonna keep them over here somewhere, we can put the final piece, and I think this would actually bring everything together. It will make it a little bit more stable. I'm not sure, this is gonna be my first time putting this together, but I think it just has to go like this, and you just clip it. Yep, that just clipped everything together, and this is it. This is what the final product looks like. Again, this is a little bit loose. Hopefully it doesn't rattle. I don't think it will rattle. It will be okay. And if the cables rattle too, I can kind of adjust them to where they don't rattle. But I think it'll be okay. I'm not sure how well you can see these like little lights over here, but they're flashing. They're not too bright. They're blue. I guess that means it's on. I'm gonna have to see how to activate this through the app or how to record it. But this is the whole thing. It looks very similar to the OEM. When I set up the mirror, let me set up the mirror the correct way. So when I'm driving, when I set up the mirror, there's little, like, so this is my vision right here. You can kind of see the bottom of it, but not too bad. This is where I see this is my vision. So it's not too bad, it doesn't get in the way. And when I adjust the mirror, this is basically what I see. So you see a little bit of the camera on the eye or on your like vision level, but it's not distracting. It seems like it's just part of the car. And on the sunlight, I'm not sure how well you can see it as well because of the reflection and stuff like that, but you can see that here's the camera. I left the blue sticker on. I'm gonna take that off in a minute. I still have to plug in the camera, or I mean I have to plug in the SD card so I can start recording. But first thing I want to do is get on the actual application online and start logging in. So I'll get back to the video with the application itself. So a couple things, guys, before we get to the final stage of this video and I show you the app and how to connect your camera. The SD card, just make sure you're putting it the right way. The picture indicates a little, I believe, differently, maybe because I'm looking upside down. It looks a little bit different. What you have to do is when you're putting in the SD card, if you don't hear that click, you get the feel. It's like when you're putting it in, just it clicks. If you don't hear the click, that means you're putting it the wrong way. If you hear the click, you're good to go. So let's get to the actual application or the actual app on the phone, and also read the instructions because they're very helpful and they have a secret tip in there. So with the instructions here in English, they show everything that you need to do and how to install the camera. Here it's a very secret tip. It tells you actually the password you might need for your camera. I believe this might be universal. I'm not 100% sure, but that is the password. I'm gonna try and see if I can change this because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's very easy to get into. But I believe the Wi-Fi connection may be only inside the car. There's a couple more tips. You can download the actual app from here. They give you a nice app QR code, so you can just scan this and you go straight to the app. Once you download the app, it will look like this. I already connected my camera, so there's not much to do. But what you have to do is basically follow the instructions on there. And here the instructions are very intuitive. All you have to do is like find the camera, connect the camera, go to your Wi-Fi, and mine came under this car WA blah blah blah. On the instructions itself, they tell you what you should look for. So if I connect to this right now, I can click join, and it takes a couple seconds. It's already connected. I can go back to the FitCam app. I can click connect on the camera, and it's loading, and you can see this is what I see as well. Here it is, and the quality is actually really good. It's a little bit blurry, a little bit like that, but you can definitely see it's pretty good compared to what I'm seeing on the camera. The nice thing about this is it disconnects you after a while, so your phone it's not always connected. See, you can see it's already disconnecting you, so it's constantly recording, it's saving. You can download the file here. Again, I'm gonna make a second video where I'm gonna go more into details once I get used to this camera and what you actually can do with that. Let me see, there's nothing saved for me on the album, and that's it. One thing I'll complain about this, and I know there's probably no way around it, but it disconnects you from your Apple CarPlay. So I have let me see if I can go back to the screen here. So I have this, my Apple CarPlay is actually connected now, but the minute you connect to this camera, the Apple CarPlay goes away. So you have to be very careful. If something happens and you're on the road and you want to get a video or you recorded something, it will disconnect you. So if you're trying to, I don't know, get somewhere and you're like in a new area and you don't know the address or where you're going, you can miss your turn. So you have to be careful with that, but it's nothing crazy. I do like how it disconnects you after an activity. Again, this is what it looks like. I know it's a little bit darker on this side, but it looks very factory. No issues. Without that in the books, I hope you guys enjoyed this video a little bit. I hope it gave you some ideas of what you can do if you get this camera and how much easier you can do the installation. Again, I'm really sorry that I broke some clips over here. It's kind of hanging, but I think that was how it was originally as well. The clips, I believe they just supported a little bit, so it's not too terrible. I'm personally though, because I'm kind of like a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff, it hurts me deep down inside. I'm hurt that I broke those clips. I drove around a little bit. It doesn't seem like it rattles, so I think it will be okay. I'm gonna clean this mess a little bit because there's smudges everywhere. I'm gonna clean this mess a little bit. I hope this video is useful to you. It took me a lot longer to put actually the camera back together than taking it out. Taking it out, yes, I brute forced myself through a couple clips, but putting it back together, it took a little bit because I connected the wires originally, and putting it together with the wires connected, that was very difficult because the wire would get in like the middle where you're supposed to connect the two pieces, and I could not like route it around. So the minute I disconnected the big wire, the actual camera wire, when I disconnected that, it actually routed it by itself without being connected. It clicked right on. Using 4 hands will help a lot. My girlfriend actually helped me when she was holding one of the sides, so that was also very helpful. So if you have a person that can help you out, that will save you a lot of time. Overall, the installation was very simple. I'll rank it in difficulty from 1 to 5. I'll rank it about a 2. Just gotta be careful with your clips. Putting everything back together was easy. The actual installation of the app and the camera was even more simpler. So this is really good. This is big thumbs up. So now I feel good. I feel protected when I'm driving now, because if something happens, I actually have recording. The camera is actually recording. So this is really cool. I'm really glad I was able to do this. Also, for my subscribers, there is a link down below in the description for FitcamX. They're giving you 10% off if you decide to buy it through that link, which is really helpful. The camera is not too expensive. With an extra 10% off, it's almost nothing that you're paying out, and you get this peace of mind. Also, this camera has, if you're parked in the parking garage like this and someone hits your car, this camera is going to turn on, hopefully catching whoever did the damage, which is really good. I really like that. It's really a nice feature of the camera. Again, if you guys are a subscriber to this channel, there's a link down below for FitcamX that you guys can buy the camera yourself. Also, if you're new to the channel or just like stopping by, visiting, checking out the installation tutorial, feel free to subscribe to all the car adventures, travel adventures, and a bunch of adventures. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.